Hi Beth, how are you?
I'm fine.
Nice to meet you. I'm Mr. L.
Hi, Mr. L.
Hi, I'm Sharon. I'm her mom. Nice
to meet you, Sharon. So, how is your first couple of weeks at Menor High School going?
Really? Not good.
Not good?
No. I mean,
Aw.
I hate it there.
Yeah, why is that?
Well, I mean, the girls are all bitches. They think the way I dress is weird. So I don't really fit in with anybody. I haven't really met anybody that I like. I don't know.
And when your mom
It's
called,
just stupid there.
yeah, when your mom called me the other day to make this appointment, she wanted to come in and just kind of talk about you've been feeling like you're struggling academically, like with your classes. I've noticed that your attendance has not been good outside of the first week
Well,
here.
the classes are pretty hard, actually. Yeah. I mean, I feel like I'm a little behind where the other kids are.
Yeah.
Um,
So let's go back really quick. What kind of school did you come from? What community were you at before coming to Mentor?
Pittsburgh. We lived in Pittsburgh,
Okay.
outside, actually a little town outside of Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Sure, very different.
yeah, it really is. It's a lot different, right, Mom? I mean,
Yeah, it's been a pretty stressful move coming from a small community to a bigger community, from a small school where Beth knew everyone to a big school.
Yeah.
And it's been stressful, I think, for all of us, just adjusting, but it's definitely been hard, and I recognize that she's trying, but I think there are a couple of things that maybe you can kind of talk to the school and help us out to get through some of this. You know, she mentioned the academic stuff.
Absolutely.
yeah. I mean, it seems like they are, like they know stuff. They learn stuff that we haven't learned yet, that we didn't learn yet. And so, I mean, I don't know. I feel like a dummy sometimes. Like in class, like these kids, like in math, they already know stuff. I'm like lost.
So you really feel like there's a disconnect between what you know and what the teacher is teaching.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that in any other classes outside of math?
Well,
is it-
I mean, I mean, these kids just seem a little smarter or something. I mean, I'm just behind, you know?
Mhm.
I just think that this is, like a better school system or something. I don't know. I'm just lost. And, none of the kids really want to help me, I don't think. So they think I'm a big dork or whatever because I don't wear like same shoes as them or whatever it is. Like I just,
And to kind of gauge the whole picture, I guess in terms of when it's time for lunch, have you found a group of friends to
no.
eat with,
No.
or how do you handle lunch? And Mom, if you want to give any insight into kind of the social aspect too.
Well, all I know is what she tells me, and that, it just breaks my heart because she's alone a lot of the time. And I feel like the school knew that she was new coming in from out of town, and they haven't been helpful, and they haven't helped connect her to anyone. And they just automatically threw her in all these 10th grade classes without doing any testing. So
Absolutely.
now she's struggling with the classwork and struggling with the social, and I mean, we're getting tears every night, and it's breaking my heart. Somebody's got to do something to help this kid out because I can only do what I can do and just try to support her, but I feel like it's other people have got to step up and do something too. It can't just all be on me.
And on the other end too, it's like it's probably really hard to get her up in the morning, to get her on the bus, and to want to go to school. And it's probably one big fight.
And I have to go to work, and there's still stuff in boxes we haven't even unpacked yet. So it's just been a lot of anxiety, a lot of yelling. I think for everybody.
It's not fair. I mean, like I had all kinds of friends, and we just packed up and moved pretty much. Like
Well, I know you don't understand. I know it's hard for you to understand that.
It's not
When
fair.
this better
I could
job
have stayed.
came,
I could have stayed with grandma or whatever, and like.
yeah, but do you really want us to all be separated like that?
Well, I don't.
Yeah.
I also don't want to sit by myself every freaking day at lunch, like a loser, just writing in my notebook, like,
Understandable.
trying to pretend like I have something to do. No one talks to me, just ignore me. It sucks. It's really bad.
Okay,
What can I do to
couple of questions. What were your grades like back in Pittsburgh?
Man, I'd usually get like A's and B's.
A's and B's?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about being tested for any kind of like learning disability or what a 504 is, or an individualized education plan?
Yeah, it's never been an issue. She's never had trouble in school. I think she just came from a different school and they're learning different stuff here.
Yeah.
And this new school should have tested her to see where she was, and they should be offering some help. And I went and talked to them and they said, no, she'll catch up on her own. So they're not helping. They're not helping.
I'm sorry that happened to you.
Yeah,
Very sorry.
Teachers don't even care there either, Sucks.
Okay, but you know what the good news is?
What?
That life is going to get better. Life will get better. Just continue coming, keep grinding along, keep doing okay. And I think I got a plan of stuff that we can do to make things better. Okay. You're not so excited.
She's not funny. No, because how do you know it's going to get better? I mean, maybe this wasn't the right move for us. We thought it was. We thought taking this better job and more money and living in a bigger city. But
yeah,
I mean, I get how she's feeling because, I'm feeling my own way too. But right now I'm trying to help her.
Yeah. Well, if there's any consolation, we've had in the 3 years that I've worked at Menor High, there's been a couple of people in your similar situation. And, it has seemed to have worked out over time, and those people have graduated and have gone on to college. And, it was very hard at the beginning. Your first probably 2-3 months, just getting to the end of the year here is probably going to be tough. But what we're going to do is we're going to try to get a couple of interventions in place to kind of help you out, okay? To kind of make your experience better. And I think everything else is going to fall into place. First thing, in terms of your classroom, where might you be sitting in your class? Would possibly advocating for yourself and/or mom to maybe have your teachers put you closer to the front of the room, or somewhere maybe where you can focus better? Or
I kind of just, I kind of just sit in the back with my head down for the most part.
Okay, because I got a couple of thoughts on that. So maybe to feel more engaged in the class. When I was a student, I always felt like it was helpful to sit up front or get a closer view of the teacher to feel more engaged. It helped me to participate and to actually relax more as well. Secondly, Menor High does offer tutoring services for students after school 2 to 3 times a week.
Well, that would be good. Nobody told us about that until now. Do you feel like you would go? I mean, I'm not going to make you. You gotta want this, but would you go and maybe try to catch up?
I mean, I need a lot of help in math, I think.
Because Mrs. Smith, who's our department chair, she offers tutoring two nights a week from 3 to 5 after school in terms of helping kids with math and getting them ready for tests and things like that. That might be something to help you catch up.
Maybe you could take your homework and she could help you do the homework.
I mean,
because that way you wouldn't have to do it waiting for me to come home at night, because then you're tired and crabby and I have to make dinner and throw in the laundry and walk the dogs.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Would you try?
I mean, so you could just go and it's free or whatever?
Absolutely. You just need a ride home.
Well, I could pick you up on the way home from work.
Okay.
Okay, that's another option too.
I mean, yeah, I do that.
Another option that we can have is what we have is co-taught classes, where there's actually 2 teachers in a classroom. You have your regular teacher like Mrs. Smith, And then we also have a special education teacher and an intervention specialist who comes in and helps.
What's an intervention specialist?
It's a special education teacher that comes in. She's as much of a teacher as Mrs. Smith, and she helps students like with small groups, pulling kids out for individualized attention.
Well,
she's there to help everyone.
She's not stupid.
No,
I mean,
no.
She's a smart kid. She gets good grades. She doesn't need any kind of like special ed sort of thing.
I mean,
she just needs to catch up. So she's learning the same stuff that these kids are. So I don't want anyone telling her she's stupid or labeling her or anything like that.
No, that's not how. That's not how we do. How we utilize our intervention specialist. She's there for all the students, and if Beth could use a little bit of help, like in small group or reteaching. Sometimes the intervention specialist or Mrs. Smith, the regular math teacher, will at times take kids out into the hallway and help with that. And I think all you got to do is volunteer, and they're more than willing to reteach or help you with a couple of problems so that you're not struggling when you start your homework. So that's another option.
As long as they don't think she's stupid, because she's not.
Oh no!
I mean, they already think I'm a freak, so I don't want them to think I'm a stupid freak. But all right.
I'm not going to let that go. I'm not going to let that go. So, have you been? Let's shift a little bit from the schoolwork to the to social. So, have you come across any type of bullying being the new person? Have you experienced any name calling, or is this kind of like just the feelings of being someone that's new to a large building?
I mean, like. Someone commented on my shoes, like, "Oh, where'd you get those?" And one time, and then, I mean, pretty much just no one really even tries to talk to me. So, I mean, not bullied. I would say I'm just ignored. So,
So, Mom, here's what I propose. And I'll ask you too, Beth, if you would be open to this. So Beth and I can give her a pass out of a class once a week for a half hour to come in for individual counseling sessions where I can touch base with her. And obviously, due to ethical issues, Mom, and confidentiality, you can't call me up and say, "Hey, what did Beth talk about today?"
All right, but you'll tell me if anything like really bad is going to happen.
Well, that would be up to Beth to tell you, but whatever Beth and I would talk about in a session, stays here besides, issues of wanting to hurt yourself, someone else, a child, an elder, things like that we're mandated reporters. But Beth, if you wanted to come for a half hour out of your study hall once a week, we could come and sit down, touch base, so you feel more connected to the school. Hey, Beth, what's going on with the schoolwork? Have you reached out to your teachers or an intervention specialist or tutoring, those are all like supports that we have in place.
Do you want to do that?
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
Because I also know
it's cool with me.
So besides the academic part, a couple other things we could work on is like the social skills. Okay, how do we make friends when we really don't know anybody? And
I've never.
It's so tough. I know.
Yeah, it's hard because she'd always lived in Pittsburgh. She knew everybody in our town.
Yeah.
So this is the first time she's ever been someplace that she doesn't know people.
And she goes from being a big fish in a small pond to
nobody.
Yeah. Okay.
Literally nobody.
That's how you're feeling now. And what I'd like to do too is, when we come back for our next counseling session, what would be awesome is that if you could, just a real simple assignment to start off, name 5 things that you're interested in doing outside of school. That's it. I'll give you real simple homework assignment. Think about 5 things that you're interested in, 5 hobbies, maybe 5 things that you did to make friends.
No, you can talk about some of the stuff you did before we moved here.
Because also
doing cheer squad and track and
I didn't. I really loved track.
You were in that play that one time.
That was really fun too.
Okay.
Because believe it or not, you feel like this is such a, obviously it's a very tough transition, but you kind of came to the right place to meet new friends because it's Menor High. We actually have over 100 clubs, from track to cheerleading to chess club to intramurals to ski club to, you name it, we got it. And just maybe helping you to understand like, what your hobbies are, what you're interested in. It may help to give you like a small.
Well, I mean, I just feel
group.
like everybody has their group of friends, and no one's interested in like bringing me into their group. Like everyone's already made all their friends. They've all been together all these years, and here comes me. Like who wants to make friends with somebody new?
And realistically, Mom, and Mom, this realistically, that it really does take time to make good, valuable friendships.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's hard when she's all alone all the time, and she's sad, and that makes me sad, and then I feel bad that I dragged us here, but I thought it was the best thing to do.
And and I even wonder if just a small step that we can take over the next couple of days too, besides kind of thinking about what we're interested in, hobbies, interests, clubs you've been in the past. Can you reach out to that one friendly face in any of your classes, or simple tips like saying hi to somebody that you see in the hallway from one of your classes, or being vulnerable.
Yeah, that sounds scary.
Or even being being vulnerable to, hey, can I sit down at this table?
Yeah, I don't know if she'll do it. Would you do that? That doesn't seem like you. Like
I'm just
walking
trying
up
to think if there's even one person that I see that seems nice.
Well, Mr. L, could you introduce her to someone? Like, could you find like one of those kids who maybe is just nice to people, and
Absolutely.
maybe they could even take her on a tour of the school or something?
Absolutely.
So you'd at least have something to do with this person. You could ask them questions or stuff like that. Would that be cool? Could you do that?
I mean, do you know a nice kid that could help me out or something? Because,
Absolutely. And even we can upgrade that too in terms of if you're willing, I could even go to your teachers, and obviously with confidentiality, I would never talk about things that we talked about in group, but with your teachers. But I can also just bring it to their attention that, hey, I met with Beth, I met with her mom, and they're concerned about fitting in with school. Can you keep an eye out on them? Would that be something that would be okay? Just to kind of let them know that, hey, that you feel like you're struggling.
You're okay with that?
Yeah.
With the teachers know? Okay.
Because the big thing too is we want you to feel at home and to feel welcome and to feel connected, and taking those small steps might help you to do that.
Just like a sea of unknown faces to me right now. So, I mean.
Yeah, and two other things I'm concerned about. One, in terms of regularly attending class. If Beth can come to class,
I told you,
5 days a week.
You can't upload off anymore, because then you're going to fall farther behind. No more excuses. Don't tell me you're sick. Don't tell me your stomach hurts. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, but I mean, it does hurt.
I know, but it's not because you're sick. It's just because you're scared. You know that. But you gotta stay in class.
And here's
you promise me? Because if I find out you're ditching again, you and I are going to have a problem.
Tough cookie.
How about for a week? For a week, make sure you go to all your classes.
Well, can we go back and visit my friends in Pittsburgh if I do it for a week?
We can talk about it.
I mean, all right.
You do it for a week, and then we'll find a weekend that we can go back.
Okay.
Is that a deal? You go to every class for a whole week, and then we'll set a date to go visit.
All right.
All right.
I'm willing to do that.
Okay. All right, she'll be in class.
Absolutely. And another piece here for Mom is, obviously, like I said, due to confidentiality issues, like I can't kind of call you or kind of give you an idea of what she'd talk about, but we would love you to kind of be a part of this team too, in terms of, hey, maybe if she does make it 5 days a week, without missing, or her grades do get up. Maybe there's like a built-in reward system that maybe you could have at home, and definitely at school, Beth and I can brainstorm things that she'd be interested in and motivated to accomplish these goals.
I need some new shoes, so I go that.
All right, we could do that.
Absolutely.
I can do new shoes.
And your study hall period is about to end. The bell's going to ring. So another piece moving forward that I would like to kind of work on is, in your file, you did talk about, going to counseling for anxiety in the past.
Yes.
And that's another issue because I'm sure your anxiety is being greatly triggered, especially the social anxiety of coming into a new school. And maybe we can find ways to kind of work on social skills development and learning how to talk to people and make friends and put ourselves in a position where we're with like-minded people. That might also help as well.
Okay.
But the big thing is just come. Please just keep coming.
All right.
And everything
All right.
will take care of
I'm
itself.
gonna try.
Okay? So then Mom, Beth, we're going to once a week on Wednesdays during your study hall period. If you can just come to the office, we'll talk for a half hour, and then after that you can go straight to lunch, and hopefully that'll be
My
enough.
favorite.
Yeah, I know, but hopefully that'll give you an opportunity to feel more connected to the school and that we're here for you. Okay,
Well,
Mom?
thank you for taking the time.
Thanks,
to meet with
Mr.
us.
L.
You're welcome.
Nice meeting
See ya.
you.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, have a great day, guys.
All right.
Thanks.